Bulavinaka. This is Lloyd of the Northwoods, and we've been talking recently about how the brain constructs the world around us based on the information that's coming in, how it creates consciousness and a sense of self, and most recently, how the brain constructs the dimensions of the world: up, down, right, left, back, front, and then time, but only time in the past. And uh, I want to talk just a little bit about how it deals with the overwhelming amount of sensory information that comes in. See, we only see little tiny bits and snippets of the available information, but that's enough to construct a world, to construct everything that we see in some manageable fashion. We have only 3 receptors for color in our eyes, and that allows us to construct all of the different colors and shades that we build. And some people have only 2. They're colorblind, and they can still make sense of the world. And some animals have many more than this. It makes you wonder what it would be like to have receptors that see other parts of the visual spectrum than we are able to see. We're blind to the vast majority of information that comes in through our eyes. We only see small bits of it, and yet we use that to construct our world. Our ears can hear pops. And as the pops come faster and faster and faster, by the time they get to about 15 pops per second, the brain no longer hears individual pops. It starts to hear a bass note. And as these cycles come faster and faster and faster, the tone rises in pitch until you get very, very high notes, and then finally a point where we can't hear that sound at all. And dogs, as everyone knows, can hear sounds that are inaudible to humans because their ears are able to handle pitch that's higher. And my whole point here is that we use very little information to construct the world, and we can manipulate this information. So what happens if we change our perception of the world and our concept of the dimensions of time, of color and sound? Well, we're able to see the world in a different way. And here's my point: it's equally valid because we're just using other snippets of information from the real world that's out there. And this is a very good reason to consider altering our states of consciousness and our sense of being in the here and now, and our perception of what's around us. It allows us to break out of ourselves and out of our limitations of the usual world that we see, and take it into a different viewpoint and see creative solutions to problems that we probably wouldn't see otherwise. So those are my thoughts for this morning, and I would love to hear your comments on what you think of that. This is Lloyd of the Northwoods. Vinaka Laka Levu.